5 things that you should know about training Border Collies, including things that most trainers won't tell you. Number 5 is that they have a natural desire to chase things that move, which means that they can, in a pet situation, start chasing things that they really shouldn't be chasing, like cats, bikes, birds, shadows, dogs, kids, etc., which can lead to obsessions and it can lead to problems. But the good news is that you can train a Border Collie not to chase things that they shouldn't chase. Even working Border Collies who are encouraged to chase sheep every day can learn not to chase the trailer as the neighbour drives past down the road. They can learn what's appropriate and what's not. You've just got to have a training system that's effective at teaching them that. Number 4 is that they can often injure themselves accidentally because they're so driven and hardworking. So this is a common thing with fetch because Border Collies usually love fetch and they'll work really hard to catch the ball ASAP. So they'll slam on the brakes, they'll skid, jump, land funny, and this can put a lot of pressure on their ligaments and joints, which can lead to injuries like cruciate ligament tears and stuff like that. The good news is that it is possible to reduce the risk of this, and a great way to do this is to teach your Border Collie to sit while you throw the ball and wait for a release before they'll go and get it, which, yes, is entirely possible, even if you feel like your Border Collie could never do this. It means that you can put them in a sit and you can wait for the ball to stop moving before you release them, which means they still get the fun of racing after it and they get the exercise, but because the ball's not bouncing around anymore, they're not chasing after it with such high enthusiasm, and they're also not leaping and bouncing and twisting and turning trying to catch it as it moves. They're just running to it, picking up and running back, and they will still love it, but it will be a lot safer for their joints and it will help you avoid potentially some pretty big vet bills. Number 3 is that they can be a little bit quirky. So you know how super intelligent people or really artistic people can be a little bit different to other people in terms of they behave different socially, they respond differently to things and stuff like that. Border Collies can be like the super intelligent people of the dog world. They respond differently to the same situation that other dogs might. They also might play differently to other dogs, which can confuse the other dogs. Border Collies will often play like the other dogs are sheep rather than dogs, and they'll try and herd them rather than playing normally. Number 2 is on a similar vein, which is that they can be quite sensitive. So Border Collies can be more easily startled by loud noises, they can be more easily offended by rude dogs, they can be just a little bit more intense and sensitive in general. The good part of this is that because they're more sensitive, they also are better at picking up on your behavioural cues. So they tend to notice your body language, your tone, and your commands more than another dog might, which can make them easier to train. But this leads me to number 1 on the list, which is that although they're intelligent, they don't always do what you want them to do, and they're not always as easy to train as many people think that they are. And this is because an intelligent dog is also smart enough to find the loopholes in your rules. And if they want to do something else badly enough, like run off and chase something at the park, or just follow the good smells, or even just go and lie in the sun instead of listening to you, they will use their intelligence to find the loopholes in your rules and commands that mean they don't have to listen. So it's really important when you have an intelligent dog like a Border Collie to have a training system that means that you can actually train them to listen reliably all the time and close up those loopholes so that they can't take advantage of them when they really want to do something else instead. I go into more detail on this stuff, including a lot of other things that you probably didn't know about your Border Collie in the article below, so make sure you check it out.